Alright everybody, welcome back to Operation Pluto. This is Germany turn 12. We do have a couple of items of housekeeping to keep track of first. So to start off with, this KMT attack into Nanking, John Black was unaware that the two light carriers that Japan had in port in Nanking provided ghost militia. He thought it was only fleet carriers and above, but the light carriers do also provide that. So instead of doing that attack, he has opted to instead have just move these units up into Hunan, to my understanding. So this will be back to having a militia here, I think it was. I'll double check that before this is saved. It's either a militia or an actual infantry here. I need to double check that. But anyway, he's elected not to do that attack because of the fact that there'd be two more things there. So that gets reverted back to that. And then over here, he had also forgotten that the battleship had to stay a full turn at Gibraltar without moving in order to be repaired. It had just reached Gibraltar on America turn 10. So on turn 11, it would have had to spend the whole turn there to be repaired. So whenever it came down as part of this attack on the Italian submarine and TV destroyer, it was actually damaged. And so the change in the outcome there is that instead of having this full battleship to take a hit on, he has instead elected to take the hit that the TV destroyer got on his seaplane. So we'll delete that, and we'll put that there. And then one other thing is that the strategic rocket that he put on the build chart was meant for to be built in the UK through triumph to capitalism. He realized during his turn that he couldn't have it. We gave him the option to refund the money, but he instead elected for it to just get placed into Washington, so we will put it there. Alright, that does bring us to now actually the start of the German turn. So we will go for our attacks first. We are going to roll for improved construction, for long-range aircraft, and we are also going to roll for radar, as well as improved logistics. So we'll roll those. Radar we get a hit on. Improved construction is also a hit. Long-range aircraft just barely misses, and then improved logistics hits as well. Let me get that on the board. Alright, that does bring us to our buys now. Journey has $79 to spend, and we are spending all $79 on it. We're going to be, we get the Blue Division for free. We're going to be buying 4 infantry for 12, 2 advanced subs for, I think there's 7 each, so 14, 2 transports for another 7 each, 2 marines, a heavy tank, and 3 advanced mechs. We're also going to be buying a railroad, as well as lend-leasing Italy a fighter. And that'll take all 79 of our dollars. For combat moves, Germany has got quite a few of them. So everything in Donetsk, Kuban is moving into North Caucasia. The transport that is in M10 is going to pick up a marine, pick up one of the infantry from southern Ukraine. It's going to come over into M11. It's going to drop those units off as part of an amphibious assault on North Caucasia as well. The 3 infantry in southern Ukraine are going to go into an attack Teridia, the medium armor and mech infantry in southern Ukraine are going to move up through eastern Ukraine into Kursk, and they're going to be joined by the cavalry that is in Kyiv. The 2 infantry in northern Belarusia are going to go into western Russia, and they're going to be joined by the infantry in the Blue Division from western Russia. We're going to have the 2 Tigers that are in Estonia are going to go into northern Belarusia and then into western Russia and join those. We're also going to have the Tigers from Polakia join them. We're going to have the cavalry from Polakia join them. And we're going to have 3 of the 4 mech infantry join them as well. So honestly, I should have just put all this into the 86th. And that's what I'll do. And I'll clean that up before sending the save over. But all of this is here. And then the last mech is from Polakia is going to go into Smolensk and sit there. The 2 infantry in Estonia are going to attack Leningrad. Our transports that we have, 2 are going to come down here, pick up Marine, infantry, and 2 Tigers. And they're going to go back into A14. And they are going to all amphibiously assault Leningrad. And the 3rd transport that we have is going to pick up the... What is this? I think this is an artifact. I'm just going to delete it. I think that might have been the Swedish coastal sub. Whenever that happened, and it just got moved instead of deleted, so I'm just going to delete it. Anyway, we have, so these 4 units amphibiously assaulting, these 2 units attacking, and then the last transport is going to pick up the Marine, and it's going to be an amphibiously assault as well. And then that gives us 5 amphibiously assaulting units, so we're going to have our battleship, our battle cruiser, and 3 of our coastal defense ships shore bombarding Leningrad. Our heavy armor and our advanced mech in Norland are going to take Lapland and then blitz and attack southern Finland. Our 2 strategic bombers that we have in western Germany are going to fly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and bomb the factory in Moscow. Excuse me. And our medium bomber in western Germany is going to join in on the attack on Leningrad. That's combat movement. Our subs. Let's see. This sub is going to come down into A17 and raid the C-zone there. Our sub that's in Spain, I think, might do the same thing. Let's see. It starts in this C-zone and it can go 1, 2, 3. So I think that's what we're going to have, is both of these subs raiding the 2 American lines there. Our sub that is in the Red Sea is going to go through the Suez into M8, and it's going to raid the British Mediterranean line there. And I think that's got our 3 sub movements. So now our other big attack this turn is that we are going to be attacking Syria. So our strategic bomber that is in central Romania is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 into Syria. All of our DAC units, so our 3 motorized, 2 of those are going to pick up these 2 artillery, and then the tank and the medium tank are all going to go up into Syria and attack it. and they're going to be joined by this fighter, which uses 3 movement to get to Syria and then can land in Transjordan. So those are, I think, all of our attacks. So we can go ahead and get to rolling for some of these. So we'll do up here first. I guess we'll just go north to south. So we have our tank and our mech that are attacking southern Finland after blitzing in from Lapland. So we'll have our tank be red, our mech be blue. The tank is at 8, the mech is at 4. And the tank hits, so the Soviet infantry is dead, and we will roll it in response, and it misses, so both of our units survive that attack. So we'll take over those 2 territories. We will do, let's see, we take over Western Russia for free. Let me just make sure that's on here. So we're at 68, and then, yep, it moves it up to 69. Cool. So we'll do Leningrad, and we have a coastal artillery that gets 3 shore or 3 shots off out of our ships. So we will roll these 3 at 3. That's 2 hits on our ships, so that's going to be, let me think. I think we're just going to take 2 coastal defense ships and call it a day on that one. Yeah. I should have done this one before so I could see what these response in Syria was, but oh well. Yeah, we're just going to lose 2 coastal defense ships. To my understanding, those don't get to bombard. The coastal gun gets to fire first before they fire. I guess I can roll those separately, and we'll see if that even matters. But anyway, that's the 2 we're going to have. So we for sure get our battleship at 4, our battle cruiser at 3, and then we get at least 1 coastal defense ship at 2. So that's going to be the 4, the 3, the 2. And those all miss. Like I said, I don't think these coastal ships get to actually fire, but we'll roll that just to see if it even matters. One of them technically, if it does get to hit, does hit, but I'll roll for everything and see. Anyway, for this first round, we have, I don't think there's a river penalty or anything. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2s that are going to be in black. And then we're going to have our medium bomber at 7 in red. And so we will roll for that. We get a 2 hits there, so it's going to be 2 militia dead. I made a mistake and forgot to roll the first strike rolls first. So we'll count our medium bomber. What we're going to do is going to take these 2 D12s. These are going to be the first strike rolls at 5 for the fortification. Alright, both missed. Cool. So no change there. Our hit still counts. And then we will roll the militia in response. So these 2 die are going to be at 4 for the militia. They get to hit for sure. They both miss, and then we will roll this one just in case that militia, the 3rd militia, is dead from the coastal defense ship. Like I said, I got to check the rolls on that, but we'll roll this just to see. And it's a miss anyway, so all good there. So at this point, we will go ahead and roll for our round 2 just in case it is needed, and we will add in our 2 tigers to this now. Everything else stays the same for us. And we get the hit that we need, and we'll roll the militia and response. And it's now at a 3 for the city bonus, and does have target selected at 1. And it misses anyway. So, all good there. We'll take over Leningrad. Alright. Did that free. We can roll for our strategic bombing of Moscow now. So that's going to be 2 D6s for each bomber, and then a anti-air gun at 3 or less for each bomber as well. So we will roll this, and both of bombers survive. Wow, 2 1s and 2 6s. Okay, so it's 14 damage, but the Soviet Union does have improved construction, which means they get to ignore the first 5 damage dealt to their factory, their major factory. So it's going to be 14 damage minus 5 is going to be 9 in total dealt to that factory. So do that. Top the oop. Tower fell over. Okay. Alright. So we got that. Now we can do Oral Kursk. And we have a medium at 6, a mech at 4, or a mech at 3 because it's just a regular mech, and a cavalry at 3. So these are both 3s. And then we have a defending militia at 2 there for Oral Kursk. And misses all around, so we'll go to round 2. And our 3, get a hit from one of our 3s, and the militia misses, so we'll take over Oral Kursk. Now we can do the fight in Turedia, which is going to be on round 1. We're going to have 3 1s against a 2. Let's hope this goes better than the Italian jungle attacks. We brought in extra infantry this time, so we'll see what happens. So Germans in red and Soviets in blue. Alright, misses all around. Our 3 infantry are past the river now, and they are attacking at a 2. And we get our hit there, and the militia misses, so we'll take over Turedia. That is the wrong thing. There we go. And then we also just take North Caucasia. Yeah. Can't blitz into it because it's mountains, so this will stay Soviet now. Okay, that's got those, and now we'll do our big attack. It can be very meaningful into Syria. We'll do this on the battle board. I should have had this laid out in preparation, but oops. Okay, so we have a strategic bomber, carpet bombing. So that's 3D 12 at 2. We also have 2 artillery first strikes at 3. And then we have 3 motor infantry at 2. We also have a light armor at 3. And we have a medium armor at 6, as well as a fighter at 6. And we'll put the fighter in red. And then, let's see, I can copy all these units. So we got all this. So medium up here, light up here, artillery down here, mechs down here. And we also have our 2 planes. So strap bomber up there, and our fighter down here. And defending, we have these units, as well as, I believe there are 3 Ghost Militia in Force H. 1 for the light carrier, 2 for the heavy cruisers, so that is 3 Ghost Militia. So we'll stick all this down here. Air transport doesn't really participate. The attack bomber defends at 5 with the target selected 3. These 3 guys participate at 4. Got an elite airborne defending at 3. A militia at 2. And then we got 3 ghost militia at 2 as well. So it's going to be 4 2s, 1 3, 3 4s, and 1 5. So we'll roll our first strikes first, and these hit at 3 or less. Both miss, so we will roll for everything else here. Let's see, it's just barely getting those. Move them down, move this up. Alright, roll for this. No hits on our 2s, no hit on our 3, and we do get 2 hits from our tank and our fighter. So that's going to be one of these militia are gone, and the attack bomber is going to be gone as well. But those do get to participate in round 1. So now we'll roll all the defending rolls. Oops. Okay. So one of the Ghost Militia hits, the Elite Airborne hits, one of the Infantry hits, and the attack misses. So it's going to be 3 hits that we have to take. That is going to be 1 hit on our Strategic Bomber, I think, and 2 hits on our Motorized, I do believe. So this die is gone, and this die is gone, so that would be 7 that we're fighting, and we would have, these 3 would be, are gone regardless, and those 2 are gone. So we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 die that we're rolling against 7. Let's see. It's going to be close. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do, and we are going to press this and see what happens. On to round 2. Alright, one of our 2s hits, none of our 3s hit, and none of our 6s hit. Alright, so we get 1 hit. The defenders get no hits on the 4s, no hits on the 3s. 2 hits on the 2s though, so it's going to be 1 gone for them. It's going to be 2 gone for us. It's going to leave us with 4 die participating against 6. Unfortunate. But we're going to press and see what happens. But those miss, and both of those miss. Alright, I guess this just wasn't meant to be. No hits there, 2 hits there. So that's our artillery that are gone. DAC did not do great for us. What it did not. Let's see. super unfortunate. If we retreat at speed to Transjordan. Apologies for this. I do need to think about this for a little bit. I think we're just going to retreat at this point and lick our wounds. We'll need to talk to him about that. Only do 2 hits on those. Woof. Okay. It's just unfortunate. Oh well, can't win them all. Alright, yeah, I think we're just going to retreat. Yeah. Yeah, we'll just retreat. Okay. Alright. So yeah. I think that's the last land combat we had, with the exception of I did want to do this. This is actually not a combat. Cool. So I didn't technically forget. Yeah. Alright, that's that. So our remaining combat moves is subrating. So we'll grab these D12s. We'll do the one in the mid first. It's just a straight die to die. No, the bonuses wash out, so just what the values are. So it's going to be 2 damage on the Mediterranean line. We'll take that away from the British, and they're going to be down to 17. We'll then move over to the 2 American lines, and German sub is going to get +2 for these. So we'll roll sub 1 first, which is going to be 2 damage, and then we'll roll for the second sub, and that's going to be the other 3 damage that we can deal here. So it's going to be 2 damage on the Caribbean line and 3 damage on the Rio line. That's going to be 5 IPPs that we take away from the American Bank. Okay, non-combat moves. I think this was technically combat, but well. I think a retreat counts as combat moves, so all that moves there. Dak is mostly dead. I think I deleted the thing accidentally instead of just staying up here, but oh well. This TAC bomber is dead, and then there are. I'll have to message Battle Wolf to see whether or not he wants the French militia dead first, or the light carrier militia dead, or if he'd rather have one of the heavy cruisers, Ghost Militia, and stuff there. But that's going to be something that I'll correct in the save file after I send it over. But just so that's noted, there will be a couple of changes left to that. But yeah, rest of the non-combat moves is going to be the artillery and the infantry moving up into Niger. We're going to have our heavy armor and our advanced mech that are in Warsaw move down into central Romania. Our destroyer and torpedo boat destroyer are going to move over into M11. I think, let me make sure I'm not. I'll do that for now. We will also have our seaplane. It's in Western Germany. We'll fly down onto Rome, into Rome rather. And I think that's our 2 fighters that are in northern or southern Belarusia are going to fly 1, 2, 3 and land in central Romania. I already did that. That was technically non-combat, but oh well. Yeah, I think that's all of our non-combat moves done, actually. Technically this was combat, but our coastal sub is going to move down from A4 into A17, and it's still going to be affecting this Soviet Arctic line. And then these two coastal defense ships are dead. So we got that going for us. And I think that's going to be it. We will place our units. I should have deleted those roundels because the script is absolutely getting angry. Okay, Italian fighter getting released to northern Italy. The railroad is being built from southern Belarusia into Smolensk, since our river doesn't actually go into the city. So we will put that there. Our two advanced subs are being built in A29 from the shipyard in Aquitaine. Our two marines are being built in central Romania, and our two transports are being built into M10. Our Blue Division gets placed in Berlin for free. It's going to be joined by one of the 4 infantry. The other 3 infantry are all being built in Western Germany. The 2 advanced mechs are going to be built in Norland. And then our heavy armor and advanced mech pair are being built in Kiev. And we do have the supply path because the rail from East Poland into Western Ukraine, we rebuilt that. And then the river goes into Kiev, actually does go into it instead of just up to it. So it'll be that. For income, we collect 77, plus we have our 6, 3 for Sweden, 3 for Romania, and we will end our turn with $83 in our bank. And with that, we will pass it over to the vet for the common turn.